now is receiving broken tables and directly storing them for delivery. It is crazy, and as you can see, we need better organization around here. Now, there's too many packages to receive. So, we need to split people up into teams. The put-away team and the receiving team. That's what we've decided. So, in this part, I'll show some additional features to tailor Odoo's basic operations to meet your business's needs. We can add quality control points to receptions, we can set picking and packing operations, and we can improve the way we track products using lots and serial. So I am ready. Let's hop into our database and take a look at the ways we can improve our boxes. So this is the inventory dashboard. It's an overview of warehouse operations. So we have receipts and delivery orders over here appearing by default, and I also enabled internal transfers by going up here to configuration and settings because there's something cool I'll show you later on now during active warehouse operations. You can keep track of to do tests over here with the waiting button stuff that's behind with the late button over here, back orders and batch pickings, and yikes. I am now noticing there are 8 lateys. Let's check these out. All right, this takes us over here to so here's a quick tip. I'm going to group them by the status. We're going to select ready, and you'll notice everything is now separated. I'll ask my team to quickly pack these delivery orders and prepare them for shipment. ASAP. Finally, we can actually see favorite operations we want to see on the top of the list, such as this one for our VIP customer, Azure Interior, right? That we're familiar with the basic operations, why don't we jump into the specifics in order to address in our organization's most important needs? So let's go do that, alright. So back over here on the inventory overview page so that we could see basically all of the actions that we can take in our warehouse. To do that, we go to the operation types page now. To access that, we'll go up here to configuration and select operation types. Now let's click on one of the default ones. How about delivery orders? Perfect. On the operation type form, there's a lot of customizations. We can play with, for example, we can even choose a new name for this operation. Let's assume we don't want delivery orders. We want delivery mandates. And then we realize orders makes more sense. As you can see, the current name can be changed as well. Now, directly below the name is the type of operation field, which is currently set to delivery. But you could change that. That means this operation type is an outgoing transfer that moves products from our warehouse to an external location. We also have the option to change it over here to receipt or internal transfer, but right now we're going to keep it as this, so I don't mess anything up. Up next we have barcode field. This is our colleagues can just scan a barcode to select this operation type and start processing the delivery order. This is faster than clicking and finding it inside of the barcode app, and that's convenient. So now there's also, as you can tell, a reservation method. If we hover this question mark, it gives us a little bit of information, and it tells us what this field is basically for now. The reservation method is essentially how products are reserved to fulfill sales orders, manufacturing orders, and other operations that consume products. As you can tell, this is mine, no one else can consume it. Here's some asthma unless I unreserve it, get it. And that's essentially it. Now I'm going to go over more about that in another part, so keep an eye out for that, and keep your eyes off my snacks. We'll keep the reservations set for confirmation, which means products are reserved at confirmation of the sales order, but we can also change it to manually and before scheduled date as well. Now, on the right-hand side over here, you'll find basically the Show Detailed Operations field. Now, this is a technical option to make the Detailed Operations tab show up on your delivery orders there. You can assign lots and serial numbers and view detailed info for more advanced picking operations. Now continuing down this page, we're going to head on over here. We have sections for lots and serials, packages and locations. As well now, these are extra features, not available by default, but I enabled them to show off what Odoo is capable of. If you're interested in using these features, as well enable them inside of the features, as well enable them inside of the setting. Sorry about that small load doopsie. I was going to say the settings go up to configuration, and then inside of settings are now still on this delivery orders page. Do you see the section called lots and serials? This is an important one since it allows us to create and assign new lots and serial numbers specific to our operations. This is crucial since we want to accurately track which product was delivered to what customer, but we don't want making up random serial numbers for the dining tables that we're selling, so to control that we got to use existing ones over here. Now below, that is the location section, and what is the location section, and what is this? This lets us specify which location our stock comes from and goes to when we manually create packing and picking operations. Now this is good for setting up designated picking and packing locations for more complex warehouse flows. Now we're continuing on. We have over here our batch transfers. This is for advanced picking operations, and we enable in our case. We can enable it, but I actually haven't. We can enable batch automatic batches to group similar orders or orders to the same customer together. Upon confirmation by grouping like orders, pickers can fulfill multiple orders simultaneously, but I'm going to cover that again in a future part. And then lastly, over here we have our packages section here. We can enable move entire packages features so that we can move entire packages of different products instead of moving individual items within those packages. This makes moving things that are in bulk super convenient. Wow, alright, that was a lot of configuration. I only have the receiving and shipping options left to show you, so hang in there. Or right up next, I'd like to talk about warehouse configuration now. To get there, we'll select configuration now. To get there, we'll select configuration and warehouses. Then we're going to go into in our organization. Perfect. So here we can configure whether to receive or deliver shipments in 1, 2, or 3 steps. You'd want to add more steps to your incoming and outgoing shipment processes in order to map your business flows. In Odoo in more detail, for example, in my case, I'd set my incoming shipments over here to 3 steps if I wanted to add quality control points when receiving products from vendors. Or I'd set the outgoing shipments to 3 steps if I wanted separate teams dedicated to picking, dedicated to picking, dedicated to picking, dedicated to packing, and loading packages onto delivery trucks. If this sounds confusing, don't worry. There's more on that in another part, so please stay tuned. And up next, I want us to check out the routes we have set for our warehouse using this convenient route smart button up at the top. Perfect. Now routes are the different ways we can move products to and around our warehouse. When we click over here, in our case, the receiving one, step 1, it shows us a few other things. It actually allows us to specify how we get products from vendors, where the default input location for the products are, if we want to add any quality checks before accepting the products, or if we want to add any quality checks before accepting the products. Again, in other part, now additionally under the rules section. Over here, I have the option to create a custom one by selecting out a line, which are essentially the actions that define the route the product takes to and from specific locations. I'm going to expand on this in dedicated part about routes, as routes and rules are closely tied together. In this example, we would specify the steps we take to receive our products from a vendor. So if we wanted to move products to our input location, and then finally do a designated storage location, and then finally do a designated storage location, this would be the place where we basically set those configurations, and that's pretty cool. And there you have it out. We just covered the basics of configuring warehouse operations. Are really smart. So I bet you're already thinking about how you're going to customize your operation type settings to better suit your company's needs. For more examples and actual workflows, tune in to the next warehouse operations part.